Hi there, welcome back to the channel if you've been here before, or hi, hello if you've not. My name's Roger. I am going for a walk in the Brecon Beacons National Park. I'm going to camp out overnight, try out a new tent, some new kit. I would love you to come and join me. The weather forecast is not great. We're expecting winds, some rain, possibility of some snow on the tops as well. So good test for a new tent. However, a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm not expecting any great weather today or in the morning. But today it's just about testing my new kit. So I don't really mind that I'm likely to be clagged in all night, and then most of tomorrow. No, it's just good to be out, isn't it? Anyway, I'll get on with the walking part. I'll come back to you a bit later on. Oh, it's cold. So, just entering the clag now. So, the last of the views. Let me show you. There's a bit of sunshine down there. Come over here, please. But if you look this way, pretty horrible. I think is it Darren from Homes Away must be out today. This is the kind of weather. Either way, it's going to be a good test for the new tent. I think I'm about 20 minutes away from the top now. You can see just behind me there. It's very wet up here. The path in places is really more of a river than a path. So trail runners probably wasn't the best idea today. Anyway, I'll get on up there and I'll talk to you soon. Right, so finally got to the top. There's the cairn over there. You might recognise it, but other than that, there ain't a whole lot to see anywhere. So I've picked my spot. I'm going to put my tent up here. So I'll put the camera down. I'll get on with that because it's a bit cold. There we are. So there's my new tent. This is the Durston XMID 1P. You'll have seen lots of these around on YouTube lately. Nothing particularly special about how I've put this up, but I have put I put a guy in the middle of each of these big panels here with some bungee on it. I've got the corner guys deployed, and I've also put some bungees on the midpoints to hold them down. So yeah, that's it. I just noticed that that pole's a bit cockeyed, isn't it? It's a bit of a palace, to be honest with you. I mean, look at the size of this vestibule, all my wet socks in. And there's another one on the other side, which is just as big. And currently it's just got my bag in it out the way. Yeah, pleased with this. Really pleased. It's a bit difficult to do a decent tour, to be honest, because it's so cold in this wind. Just absolutely really freezing. So I'm going to shut the tent down a bit and get the kettle on, because I really need to warm myself up. Get my down booties on my feet and warm them up and get my hands warm. Spinner. Warm my hands up with this. Hands are freezing. I'm just over the moon about being able to sit up in this tent, and I'm not even sat like under the peak. Amazing. Aye. So we've got 20-30 mile an hour winds. There is a bit of a lull at the moment, he says, just as it unlulls. But it was quite hard working up here. It took me about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes longer than usual because of the wind, and I think also a bit of a side effect of the walk I did yesterday. Okay, so I'm just drinking me Oxo. I'm gonna get into the sleeping bag for a while, warm myself up, and then get the new stove out and cook myself some dinner. Right, so let me talk about this new cooker I've got. It's a knockoff of a Jetboil. It's by Planet X, and I've got the 900 milliliter version. I think there's a bigger one. I don't know how good it's going to be. I've only sort of tested it at home, but basically you get the burner, which screws onto the gas canister, same as every other pot in the world. It's quite difficult to get it started. There we go. So that screws onto the gas canister like that, and as with the Jetboils, so are knockoffs, it just goes on and it clicks on like that. It's got a piezoelectric lighter, so if I turn the gas on, as you see, it lights. One important thing that I discovered quite early on, oh look at all that, is if you put the pot on and then light the gas, you get a big boof. So don't do that. It's not dangerous, but it's frightening. Okay, so it's from Planet X. I can't remember the name of it, but I got it in their sale for 20 quid, and I figure for 20 quid worth a go, don't you think? So I mean, the pot's big enough that the gas canister and the burner and the stand will all go inside. There's a pot stand as well, which looks incredibly like the Jetboil one. Surprise, surprise, which I'm not using today, so I haven't brought it with me. Right, so for tea tonight, I have what the Blot Outdoor Show calls Mr. Bensky and some pork sausage. And what I've done is I've taken him out of the packet and I've put him in this Ziploc bag with the idea that I can put some water in the pot, squidge that round, drop it in there and cook it like that. I've got one confession to make about this. Mike, I've forgotten your spork again, so I'm back on the teaspoon for eating my tea. Lynn keeps telling me I should write a list of what I have to bring. Maybe not such a bad idea. However, so that's what's for tea, so I just got to put some water in the pot and get on with it. Right, so that's boiled for a while. I'm just going to let it sit in the bag, sit in the water for a bit. So this is going down well. I have to put the glove on to hold it because it's a bit warm. I might struggle to get the last few bits out of it. But if I had a bigger spoon it would help. Sorry about that, Mike. Forgot your spork again. Never mind. Mike and I'll have to have a serious chat soon about what kit he's got before we go up in the hills in June. So, I don't know how many calories this is, but it's far more than I should be eating. Because the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been on a diet, along with Lynn. Oh, it's just started raining. Just trying to lighten the load on our feet a bit. Lynn's starting to think about coming wild camping with me when the weather gets a bit warmer. And no, it'd be good. It'd be good. Well, I'm going to finish this off, and I'll catch up with you later. Right, coffee time. Coffee, teas and biscuits. Somebody asked me, after seeing my last video, where I described that the first time I'd been into the Beacons was when I was a scout, when I was 11. Was it that trip that turned me on to hill walking? And quite honestly, no, it wasn't really. The thing about being in the Scouts is you do all sorts of stuff. And that was just like one of the many, many adventures that I had. You know, things like, because I was in the Sea Scouts, so we did a fair bit of canoeing, mostly on the Wye, and we built a couple of mirror dinghies we used to sell. And we had camps, actually camps in the Black Mountains, and all over the place. So there was a lot of different activities. But one thing the Scouts did do for me was they helped me to get a place on an outward bound school, which was the Elgin Sea School up in Murrayshire. It's on the Firth of Murray, very near to Gordonston School actually, and it was a month's course. You can imagine it's quite expensive, and I managed to get a grant from, I think it was the Gloucestershire Outward Bound Association, who were really good, and a few quid off the Scouts, and I had to raise the rest myself. Yeah, and it was quite a baptism of fire really. I was 16, most of the people on the course were older, sort of 18, 19-ish. But it was, 4 weeks, and you spent the first little while, I'm not quite sure how long now, it was a long time ago, but you had to improve your fitness, so there was a lot of circuit training in the gym. There was a cross country, I remember. We had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they had sand dunes there because it was a sea school, so you ran up and down sand dunes a few times and then had a cold shower, which sounds horrendous, and it was the first once or twice, but after a while you got used to it. And the thing was, by like 6:15 in the morning, you were wide awake and rearing to go, and you had a couple of hours more than most people to get stuff done. Anyway, one of the things we did was we had an overnight hike in the Highlands. I don't remember much about that one, but like a little tester so that we just knew how the tents worked and all that sort of stuff. And then one of the last things we did, we had a 4-day trip into the Cairngorms, which was the thing that tipped me into hill walking. We started from Loch Morlich, walked up the Larrigaroo, just past the Pools of Dee, where we camped overnight, and then on the second day we went up Briereach, and then along the ridge to I'm not sure what the Scottish name is, but it's the Devil's Point, and stood on the end of this and looked sort of west, southwest, west, northwest, and all I could see was mountain after mountain after mountain. It was clear as a bell day, and you could just see right to the horizon. It was absolutely amazing, and it was that sight all on its own that made me a hill walker. Anyway, we had to get down from the Devil's Point back down to our campsite. The third day we went up the other side of the Larrigrew onto Ben McDewey, and we camped near the bothy hut that was up there. It's not there anymore. They knocked it down after some horrendous tragic accident up there, where a lot of people died, I think, trying to find it. You can imagine now, you know, if somebody did a YouTube of that trip, you imagine how many views it would get. And I was getting it for free when I was 16. It's amazing. And that was it, really. That was me being a hill walker from then on. So the answer to your question is no. Going to the Beacons didn't turn me on to hill walking. It was going to the cairngorms. Yeah, I love hills. Love hills. Alright, it's raining like mad now. I think I might put the headphones on and watch a film. Okay, last brew of the day. So that rain you can hear is snow, which was forecast. So I don't know what the wind's like. It's not that bad. Well, either the wind's not very bad or this tent's very good at standing up to it. Anyway, I'm gonna get me brew on. Get me brew down my neck, I mean. And yeah, get my head down, try and get some sleep. And I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Well, I guess you can see from the get up that it's pretty cold this morning. It's been snowing all night, and I got about a foot of snow piled up against the end of the tent here. It's what's the time now? 7 o'clock. Just about sunrise anytime soon. So, but it is cold. And it's been proper snowing all night. Look. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a cold one, and I guess about midnight the wind really came up, and I probably didn't get to sleep for at least an hour and a half after I put my head down, and the wind was really battering this tent with the snow, and it's just sat here. It's I say the side does bow in if you don't get it smack onto the wind. You can see this coming in now, look. But it's not going anywhere. Kettle's on. Gonna have some porridge this morning and a brew, and then we'll think about getting up and getting on off this hill. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. So the forecast said snow above 500 metres. And no doubt there'd be lots and lots of people itching to get up here because of the snow. Whereas I'm obviously itching to get down. Anyway, I'll eat my breakfast. Right, all packed up. Everything bar the ground sheet and the tent, fly. Time to get out. Right, let's get out here. Oh wow, proper snow. My word, that's pretty epic. My word, let's stop this flapping. And look at this. See where the snow sloughed off down the bottom there? Lots of rime on it. Wow. Well, that is a proper test of a Durston XMID 1P, don't you think? Job done. Right, that's me all packed up. I'll just show you if I can. Leaving no trace. You can see the size of the tent now, can't you? Lovely. Okay, I'll just get my sticks, get on my way. Quite happy really that I've done this. This is cool, as they say. Right, I'm going to get off down, see how far down this snow goes, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. Well below snow line now. I don't know if you can see Banvar behind me somewhere, but the snow is really just on the tops. The other way, if we look over to Penavan, you can see that's the ridge leading up to Corndee. You can see the motorway out through the middle there, all in the clag. I'll walk a bit farther so you can get a better view of Banvar from where I am, and then I'll wrap it up. Just about to get onto the last downslope to the car, so I'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really impressed that anyone will watch my stuff. Really enjoyed that one. Love that new tent. Durston's got that right, I reckon. Well done, Mr. Dan Durston. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed this one. It's been really good. But time to go home now. So let me show you what's behind me one more time. Up there. I don't know if you can see it on like I don't know if you can what you can see on a GoPro until I get home. It's annoying. But anyway, bye for now, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Makes me feel good. See you again.